What's cracking, Boner Squad? You feeling hard? Cause you should. You're back in with another episode of the Great Gravoid, best talk show on YouTube. I love my cult following. You guys are great. Let's get into it with a quick little story that leads into a rant. Let's just improv this. I got a few topics and let's just start it off, before I get a low battery notification because I'm at 13%. So I used to go hunting a lot when I was a younger kid. I would sit up in the tree stand with my father hours at a time in the freezing cold. I was very dedicated to it. I really wanted to get a deer. I never was able to shoot a deer in my time of hunting, even though I've had two opportunities. There was a little button buck that was walking right underneath the tree stand, and I was like, nope, that guy is too small. I'm not gonna shoot that one. I'm gonna let him grow. So I did. Then there was a good sized doe, and I was able to kill the doe because I was using a crossbow. I think it's a thing that you cannot shoot doe if you're using a rifle. So it was all legal, and I had my tags. And I was trying to shoot it with my crossbow, and I was like, why isn't this darn thing firing? I have the safety off. So I was like trying to fix it and stuff. And then the deer got spooked, ran off, didn't come back. Turns out the bolt wasn't far back enough. What I'm getting at here is that the only time I ever killed a deer was with my car, because I hit it, just charged, rammed, right in the corner. And I was really upset about this. I was like, man, I really hope that my car isn't totaled. That would suck. Good thing it didn't get totaled though. But I was without my car for about a month to a month and a half. Probably a month and a half, honestly. I mean, it wasn't all bad though. The deer was also a doe, so double meaning. I got a Nissan Altima. It was black. I think it was like a 2019. It wasn't bad. Didn't drive horribly. It was rear wheel drive, so it handled roads very good, especially when they were wet. But not that bad of a car. It's not like I got a Kia Soul or a Jeep Renegade. Speaking of Jeep Renegades, if you get one of those, or you want one, your IQ is probably very low. And I can speak on this from experience because my sister, her first car was a Jeep Renegade, and I just felt like I was going to die in it all the time. Not only was the back seat uncomfortable, but also the passenger seat was very uncomfortable as well. I was just never able to not feel unsafe, especially with my sister driving, because she drives horribly. And she knows this too. I'm not just bullying her. She got voted as the worst driver in high school for the yearbook, senior year or whatever. So it's completely valid for me to say that. And it's also completely valid for me to speak poorly about the Jeep Renegades. They're just a very horrible car. They're very boxy, very unsafe. You can flip one. There was a 23-year-old girl. She just died in a drunk driving accident. Now, drunk driving is already bad enough as it is, but you don't want to combine that with a Jeep Renegade. Definitely not. Now, I hate the party lifestyle so much. It's eating away at the souls of people that I've cared about. I don't care about them anymore, though. That's the truth. I've been to a few parties. I wasn't the most popular guy in high school. It's not like I really got invited to them all that much. But going to one, I was not like there thinking, yeah, I would really like to go to another one of these. Nah, it's just not me. I understand everybody's different, but when you're on the self-improvement lifestyle, you got to cut things out of your life. You can't just go to the gym. That's not all there is to self-improvement. Cutting partying would be one of the things that you'd have to cut out of your lifestyle for self-improvement. And that also goes for social media. Now, if you're on social media, chances are you're talking to a lot of people so that you stay popular and you keep your relevancy so that you can go to parties, and then you end up going to these parties because you don't want to miss out, even though they're the same thing every single time. But they're saying, oh, but this one's going to be an absolute banger. This so-and-so, this person's going to be there. You know, you got to come too. Oh, yeah, sure. I'm definitely going to go now because of all of these very enticing things that are going to happen here. I'm super interested in this function. Now, see how that just doesn't really go together well? Like I said, people are different and whatnot, but that doesn't mean that it works out good for everybody. You can be somebody who can go and party every single chance that you get and still be successful when it comes to working and school and all of that stuff. But for most people, the average person, you're not going to be able to be that productive. My sister Abby, I'm actually very impressed with her because she's able to pull this off. She's able to go and party and do stuff, but she is on the dean's list every single semester in school. So that's very impressive, in my opinion. You know, good for her. But yeah, for the average person, it's not really going to work out. You're going to be falling behind because the guy who has sacrificed those things, he's going to have a lot more work put in than you here who is sacrificing your productivity. You're getting drunk, you're out late, you're waking up tired, feeling horrible, you're not getting your day started right. Come on, guys and girls, let's all start being alone. Not saying that I want everybody to be alone just because I am. I'm just saying that it's going to happen at some point anyway. When you get out of college, you think that you're still going to be friends with all your friends that you currently have? No. And this is literal, and this is proof right. I don't know why okay, anyway. I'm just going to ignore that. And this is proof right here. When you exit high school, the people that don't go off to college with you, or like the people who you're not really good friends with, are you still really talking to them all the time? I bet there's countless people that you don't talk to anymore now that you're at college, and you've just forgotten about them. That's cool, you know? But just don't expect that to not be a pattern. You lost those people, but you gain new people at college, and you still retain some people from high school. So, hey, how cool is that? But once you get out of college, you're probably going to experience an extraordinary amount of loneliness if you don't live at your parents' house or something for a bit. You're going to be living alone, just contemplating so many things, working and waiting for the weekend to go out the house. For the guys, the frats, the brotherhood that you had, it's going to dissipate and fade away once you're out of it, once you're out of college. You're going to put your reliance, your happiness, try to balance it on one girl. And when things start to not work out, you're just going to feel a very large sense of unwantedness. It's better to learn it young than to experience it when you're older. Because when you're older, it's always been such a big pattern that you're like, man, what is this? That happens to some people. Some people are fortunate enough to always have some people around and do things good. But for the majority, just be prepared, because it's bound to happen. Everybody should enjoy college, and everybody should get into a bunch of debt because it is a great experience and gives you something to work for in life. once you're out of there. Oh, what am I working for? Man, I feel like I'm serving no purpose with this job. Well, guess what? You got to have that job so that you can pay off all that student debt that you got for your degree for that job. Congratulations. Now, I'm taking a little gap year, and honestly, good for me, because I got to figure some stuff out with my life. I'm not the most well put together person. I'm not afraid to admit that. And I gotta, plan for the future and stuff. I talked about ideas in my last video, and I gotta make some decisions, and I gotta figure everything out, because that's what I gotta do. And honestly, people will start going for a degree, put down a bunch of money for it, find out that they don't really like it when they're already through it very far deep in, and they're gonna end up being like, man, I just have to finish this out, I guess. And they're just gonna be stuck doing something that they don't really like. So this is the one opportunity that I get in my life to change what I'm doing in a drastic way and be able to take advantage of that. I got to. So it's not like I'm trying to be a bum. It's not like I'm doing nothing, It's not like I'm just planning on chilling at home like, yeah, I'm gonna blow up on the internet, I'm gonna get YouTube famous. No, I'm like actually planning things for my life. This is more of like a video diary series, yet I also try to speak on some interesting things, such as the party lifestyle. Those are my thoughts and opinions on it. So, another thing that I would like to say is, in my previous video of this sort of thing, I said like, I'm quoting myself, a guy knows that a guy understands that he's not gonna get validation for his car or something like that. That was a misspoken segment for me, and I would just like to apologize right here, right now, because I was not trying to make it seem like every single guy doesn't think that he's gonna get validated for his car, when I just went on a whole spiel about how guys expect to get validated for the car that they drive. I might have to put a car counter up. How many times I said it there. This video is heavily car related for some reason. Let me know what you think about it down in the comments below. Alright, that's it for me, everybody. I'm so happy for my cult following. Make sure to like, subscribe, whatever. I'm not worried about it. You do what you want. Bonus Squad, stay hard. Yeah, that was tight.